Yeah, so I'm Fabian Vogelsteller and working with Ethereum since the last 3 years. Built a lot of the user-facing applications. Initially, like the Mist browser and the Ethereum wallet, and worked a lot on developer tools and the API level as well. And help with some standards like the ERC20 standard, and initiated now the ERC725 identity standard and things like that.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I'm the developer as well. So we're using Web3, Mist, all that stuff you build. So could you tell our viewers what was the what's the biggest challenge for you in all these projects? So what's the kind of the thing that you maybe enjoy the most working with currently?
And what I enjoy the most in general with the community is it's an awesome community. It's like a lot of people want to bring things forward, have ideas, and it's more about the idea than the actual business model or execution, not execution, but kind of like feasibility monetarily about it or behind these projects. And this brings up all of these new ideas which otherwise wouldn't be possible or wouldn't be pursued. So right now we are really in a phase where the platform itself works. We are working internally on scalability, and people have to now think about optimizing their applications, using a lot of off-chain transactions, state channel architecture to basically make it scalable. So the gas price kind of enforces that, which is a good thing.
Of course, yeah.
On the other hand, it's a lot about standardization. So how can we be cross-compatible on that whole ecosystem?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
And I think the token standard showed the network effect when you have standardization adopted.
Yeah.
And I think we will have the same for identity and for so many other standards.
Yeah, I think we can argue that the ERC20 tokens probably was the killer app of the Ethereum, like in 2016, 17. It's probably the mostly deployed contract on the network, I guess, on the mainnet at least.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It kind of makes Ethereum look like it's for tokens. I would actually argue against that, but
I know.
But it kind of people use that a lot. Yeah, it took off. Yeah.
I think it's like an early stage. That's why it's like a beginning. So that's cool. So we are working with a Piper Miriam on Ethereum Alarm Clock. You might heard of this protocol before.
Yeah, I heard about it back then when he actually built it initially. Yeah.
All right. So what are your thoughts? How could this potentially change the ecosystem, the Ethereum ecosystem, when people kind of understand that they can really schedule the transactions, because that was really lacking from the beginning, from the...
Yeah. I mean, if you have a self-executing smart contract or somebody actually can ping it and make it do things over time, that is definitely valuable for a lot of use cases. The important thing here is that you build this in a way that it's incentivized and that it's kind of automatized, right?
Yeah, so obviously our goal is to make this really trustless thing, and it's on-chain, so there are, crypto economics guarantees that, you get your transaction executed, right? So that's really important, and we spend time on that. Can you think of any integration? So you working with a Mist. I know Mist is a general browser, so we can just, run it, but any other kind of integrations for your projects with a scheduling perhaps?
I mean, it could be interesting for triggering any kind of trading activity. So it could actually be even interesting for decentralized exchanges in the future. I mean, what you definitely need also when you kind of think in terms of state channels is you need these observers, right?
Yes.
It's kind of a similar principle. So
yes.
Rather than pinging a contract, basically checking that things are happening and also making sure that nobody's cheating outside of the blockchain.
That's correct.
For that, you need the scheduling services a lot. So you need kind of people being aware, and then there have to be a reward for them being aware. The pinging itself, I mean, everything where you want to have kind of obviously oracles is a good use case, but everything where you want to have this kind of not being there and checking yourself.
Exactly.
Problem. I mean, it was not built in by default into Ethereum itself because it would take too many resources watching all these contracts, and how do you calculate the cost for that?
Yeah. So
it would be easy installable in the contract.
Yeah, that's really hard things that basically we're working on, and so like crypto economics involved. Again, just we need to make sure that it gets executed at some point. Okay.
Yeah. It's a great idea, definitely.
Right. So
I really look forward having these kind of tools.
Yeah. So it's it's all available on the GitHub. So we obviously everything is open source. Everyone can check this out. As I said, we're working on some integrations, and hopefully we can bring it to the Ethereum space.
So you have it on GitHub chronicled.
Everything is on the GitHub. Yes. So.
Okay, cool.
Hey, thanks for the interview. It was a pleasure to meet you.